The following is a presentation of The Day.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for showing up at the Hygienic Art Park. This is, there's a lot of things in New England that signal the start of summer, and that could be, the lobster shacks open. It could be watching Jaws 200 times in 1 week. But for me, I love the Hygienic Art Park concert series, and for us at the Day newspaper, our live lunch break every Thursday. Thank you guys for coming out. We're here at noon every Thursday. Got a new food vendor, Supreme Hot Dogs. The stuff's terrific. There's all kinds of hot dogs. Everything but caramel. They don't have caramel dogs, I don't think. But I'll tell you what, y'all know I've been here a long time. I'm from the South, and this is like going home because we have a tremendous outlaw country band today, the Dallas Moore Band. This is Dallas right here. There's Chuck back here on the guitar. If you don't think he's for real, he's wearing a Junior Brown shirt. Nothing says honky tonk like Junior Brown. And Rocky's back here on the drums in the Harley shirt. That sort of says something too. We got Mike over here on the harp and the percussiveness. And then the Reverend Bob is back here on the bass. So I'll tell you what, anybody that can name check David Allen Coe and beef brisket tacos in the same song is all right with me. That's almost as good. Ask me. I want to ask you guys: does David Allen Coe have the best country song title ever? In Now I Lay Me Down to Cheat.
Yeah, David's a great friend of ours, and actually yesterday while we were trying to leave, there was somebody knocking on our door. We live fairly close to each other,
right,
and tour together whenever we get a chance. And one of my best friends, John Clark, they call him Moose, is David's bus driver. Well, I'm in the shower cleaning up, and there comes this knock on the door, and my wife, Jenna Danielle Moore, she comes running in and says, "There's some man out on the front porch. They're knocking on the door." And next thing I know, I had a missed call on my phone, and it was old Moose and David Allen Coe.
Oh, just coming by to say.
Coming by to stop they were driving up my road.
Now that sort of thing just doesn't happen.
I told him, I said, I'll be back in town on Monday. I said, we're heading up north for a little bit.
We're so glad to have you here. This is the David. Excuse me. This is David Allen Coe.
They might have followed us up here. You don't know.
This is Dallas Moore, and he is so authentic. I come from Dallas, and this is the guy the city named it after. So. The new album is called Dark Knight Rider, out on Soul Records. This is real honky-tonk people, the Dallas Moore Band.
Thank you, Rick. We just drove 15 hours to get up here, so we're going to start off with a traveling song that I wrote. I hope y'all dig it. Keep on getting higher, thinking I'll learn how to fly. Burning down the fast lane like a young man in my prime. All those lonely women make a man out on the road feel right at home. There ain't nothing seemed to slow me down. I'm still rolling on. Blacktop, I've got no limit on my speed. Rolling on one step ahead of staying stone. Rolling on. I'm still rolling on. man. It's good to be here with y'all. We got a brand new album out that we're touring in support of called Dark Horse Rider, and it's 10 new songs I wrote, and I'm going to play a few of them for y'all starting right now. I spend my nights out in the neon, living it up with that honky-tonkin' crowd. I spend my days in self-reflection, looking at the past I can't live down. Hell, it ain't hard to just keep moving and put the years and miles behind. They just keep on flying by while I'm still flying by.
there's look at that old house of mine. Seen a few old worn out memories and a new foreclosure sign. Bad luck and money are all I leave behind. So I'm packing up and headed west to kickstart my new life. So I'm rolling to the country where the skies are open wide. Two old dogs and my daddy's shotgun. I've got my woman by my side. Riding high, like the eagle soars in flight. I left the devil far behind. Riding high, I've got those songs my mama sang. They take me down that lost highway. I play 'em along and I sing 'em loud. Bound to make my mama proud. Riding high, like the eagle soaring in flight. I left the devil far behind. Riding high, very much. We're gonna do one more song and then get Brother Rick back up here. We're gonna jaw at you and talk a little bit here for just a minute, and then we're gonna play a few more. This is one more song off the Dark Horse Rider album we're gonna do. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of Uncle Dallas's version of heathen preaching. I'm gonna take y'all up on that mountain here. We're going up on that mountain. We're gonna reach up to the sky. We'll be singing, we'll be shouting. Oh, we'll raise our voices high. come together. All my sisters dance around. All my friends and all my family. Oh, come from out around. We're going up on that mountain. We're gonna reach up to the sky. We'll be singing, we'll be shouting. Oh, we'll raise our voices high. Everybody, see that city. Everyone is welcome here. Father Time and Mother Nature in his land he loves so dear. We're going up on that mountain. We're gonna reach up to the sky. We'll be singing, we'll be shouting. Oh, we'll raise our voices high. We're going up on that mountain. We're gonna reach up to the sky. We'll be singing, we'll be shouting. Oh, we'll raise our voices high. We'll be singing, we'll be shouting. Oh, we'll raise our voices high. Get on up. Thank you very much.
Tremendous. Dallas Moore Band. Dude. Thank you guys so much for coming out to live lunch break. This is the first one in the Hygienic Art Park for the summer, and that's a wonderful thing. Got Supreme hot dogs out there. Jenna's back there behind, under the tent selling Dallas Moore Band merchandise. So get the T-shirts, get the CDs. The brand new one's called Dark Knight Rider on Soul Records. Dark Horse.
Dark Horse Rider.
What the hell is wrong with me? Who was that Dark Rider guy? That was a TV
They had a
show.
TV show, you know.
Speaking to the mic, dude.
I don't know,
He
I
did
think
have a
that-
TV
I think it was
show.
an old TV show.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
what
like a
it is.
vampire cop or something like that.
Teenage homicide cop.
Something like that, you know.
I got to say, Dallas, there's a lot of things about your band that say authentic country music, but the fact that in the middle of Chuck's solo, you're drinking beer with your left hand and using your right hand to hold down the root and the fifth. That's it.
Hey,
That's real country.
I don't miss a beat now.
You didn't miss a damn thing.
I don't miss a beat or a beer.
Now where I come from, I'll do respect to Brad Paisley and stuff, but this is country music.
Well, thank you.
Is Nashville a bad word?
Well, I don't know, but I might be barred out of there. But I thank y'all for coming out here and making us feel very welcome up here in New London, Connecticut.
Man, we're glad to have you. Growing up, what made this sort of country music resonate with you?
Well, when I was growing up, the first music I was into was, of course, like Elvis Presley, and my mama had all the old '78 records of Hank Sr. And she used to play around the house. And she grew up; she always played bluegrass and Appalachian music herself. And we actually last year got to make an album together, me and my mama, Majorly Haynes Moore, of all Appalachian bluegrass and
Wonderful.
gospel songs called Old Time Family Jam. So I kind of come from that. But the first music I was really into, it started with Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson, and then branched off into everything from that to like Leonard Skinner and the Allman Brothers and everything. And as I began, I didn't start playing music till I was 16 years old, which was a long time ago. But I was listening to that kind of music, so that's what I gravitated towards once I started playing. And as time went on, we've got to tour with a lot of our honky tonk heroes and friends, and it's just been a great thing and a learning experience, and then we got into, like, this year we've been touring some with Billy Joe Shaver and Ray Wiley Hubbard, and this Saturday night, one of the things that brings us up to this part of the country, we usually get up here 2 or 3 times a year, but we're playing tomorrow night at Hill Country Barbecue in Manhattan, and then
Nice.
Saturday we're in Pattersonville, New York, with the Charlie Daniels Band.
Nice.
And there's I'm really looking forward to that. So.
Well, let me ask you this. When you guys were starting to make a name for yourselves, it was sort of at the time that the major record labels started to collapse.
Yeah.
So was it in many ways, the indie movement, Sirius Radio and that stuff opened a lot of doors for people that maybe not
Yeah.
like yourselves.
Yeah.
That how did that work out for you?
It's been a feather in our cap. It's been it was very used to be you pretty much had to have a Nashville
Right.
record deal, or you was out of business,
Right.
or just playing cover songs in a
Right.
bar, and that's not what we did. I wanted to play my songs that I wrote and tour and do it, and we started Soul Records with Brian DeBruler. And he's the president of it in Bright, Indiana. He's got a great band. It's also on the label called Pure Grain, and we just we literally do all of our promotion. We're our own manager, publicist, distribution, everything. It's all in house. It's all just completely done on ourselves. And a lot of folks consider us considered outlaw country, and a lot of times people will say, what is that? And it means something different to a lot of people. But for us, it means independence and freedom, because we're totally doing everything self-sufficient, and it's just us.
And it's working for you. Working for
what
you.
you see is what you get.
We're talking with Dallas Moore from the very fine Dallas Moore Band. I cannot thank you guys enough for showing up and doing this for us. And it just means a lot that at the crack of noon you were willing to have a beer.
Oh yeah.
I like that a lot. Now, one of the songs you did in the first set, A Bottle and a Bible, that seems to me, not to get all philosophical, but one of the great things about country music is the sort of battle between good and evil. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And you write about that quite eloquently.
Yeah.
Which side's winning out here?
Well, it depends on which one you feed.
Depends what sort of the time of day.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. So.
The old hand is shaking deal that you alluded to. So tell us a little bit about the new album.
The new album is Dark Horse Rider, and it came out in February of this year, and it's 10 new songs that I wrote, and there's no outside musicians or anything on it. It's me and my band,
Got a hell of a
Reverend
band.
Bob and Mike Owens and Rocky Parnell and Lucky Chucky Moore Pergo, and that's it. There's with all of our other recordings, most of it has been primarily us, but we've always been open to having special guests and everything, and we'll continue to do that in the future, I'm sure. But for this particular project, we're following up the Blessed Be the Bad Ones album, and we just got in, and it was as close to being a live album the way we made it as it could be. The only thing we were missing was an audience. We just set up, and we literally tracked everything in 2 days of sessions of just playing the songs, and about half of the album we had been playing live out on tour for a few months, and then the rest of the album none of the guys in the band had ever heard at all. They'd never even heard any of the songs, and I just walked in, and I'd had the songs, of course, for a while, and I was like, well, I don't want nobody to have no preconceived notions or nothing. Let's just go with it like this and see what we get. And everybody came up with their parts on the spot right there, and we worked out the kinks in those 2 days. And I think it came out pretty good.
It's a hell of a good record. It's a real good record. It's real country music, people. I'm not lying. Is it easy for you to write on the road, because y'all are in a van a lot?
Yeah, well, I don't write on the road or anything like that, and I don't ever sit down and write by appointment or anything or session. I'm always writing. I've got a 2000 Harley Davidson Road King that I get a lot of miles in on, and I write a lot of songs on that. And the rest of it, I'm in a lawn war with my next door neighbor, who's a 78-year-old woman, and she's whooping me in the lawn wars, and so I got to get out there and try and chase her, so my lawn will look as good as hers, even though I'm on the road all the time. So I'll be riding on my tractor, and then I ride the other stuff that I don't ride on the bike, I ride on a tractor, and I'm always chasing Wanda, my neighbor, around. I'm not making none of this up. This really happens in Ohio and Kentucky.
It reminds me of George Jones getting pulled over when he had to take his riding lawnmower to the liquor store.
I know.
Absolutely. All right, so I don't know. What do we got? Mike, is everybody close out there? You see Chuck anywhere? Rocky, you back there? Would you guys like to hear some more outlaw country music? Thanks again for showing up at Live Lunch Break. It's a beautiful day for it.
It is.
Another thing, one last thing about how authentic these dudes are. If they're wearing black shirts, which is conducive to the heat up here in New England, it's because they don't care. They're used to this sort of thing.
We never
right?
did.
All right. The Dallas Moore Band, thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, Rick. Rick was talking when he introduced us first about name checking David Allan Coe and Steve Earle and brisket tacos in one song, and that's a song we're going to play here for you. It's off the Blessed Be the Bad Ones album, and this is a true story of one of our first trips down to Texas. We spent a lot of years trying to break into the Texas music scene and couldn't get into it for nothing because we wasn't from Texas. And if you ain't from Texas, when you go down there, you know, it's really hard to get in. But finally, after kicking on the doors for a long time and doing what we describe in this next song, we finally got over down there, and Texas has pretty much become our second home, and we'll be back there again in a couple of weeks. So we're going to take you good people up here in New London, twisting through Texas like a tornado right now.
Flat air.
very much. This here's the first song I wrote that ever went to #1 on anything, and that was pretty cool. But the best thing about this song was we got to record the song and the full album, Hank to Thank, and the video, which also went to '1 on this song, with my godfather, the late great Jody Payne from Willie Nelson and family. And the last thing that Jody said to me before he passed on, and I've still got this on a message in my phone, he said, "Son, I'll be with you every step of the way." So I think old Jody Payne from Willie Nelson and family is right here with us in New London today on this Sunday. He says hi. So that's the story, and here's the song, and I hope y'all like it. When the wheels fell off the wagon, I didn't fall too far behind. Lost all sense of self-control, trying to free my mind. Higher than a Chinese kite, drinking whiskey river dry. Lord have mercy on my soul, I think I'm about to die. I've gone crazy again. Well, I don't know how it started, but I suspect how it's gonna end. In a corner of a bottle with my old good time friend. Just staying up way too much, I can't seem to get enough. Lord have mercy on my soul, you know I love that stuff. I've gone crazy again. Oh, your loving had me blinded where I could not see the light. I owe yous and love you twos in red hot neon nights. Impair my decisions where I can't go wrong from right. It's a sad old song and now you're gone and I'm here out of my mind. I've gone crazy again. When the wheels fell off the wagon, I didn't fall too far behind. Lost all sense of self-control, trying to free my mind. Higher than a Chinese kite, drinking whiskey river dry. Lord have mercy on my soul, I think I'm about to die. I've gone crazy again. I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy again. I've gone crazy again. God bless Jody Payne. Through the nights I can't remember and the things I won't forget. I should have been dead a long time ago, but they ain't got me yet. Oh, blessed be the bad ones like me. Blessed be the bad ones like me. Finish what you started, well I'm here to do just that. God just might forgive you, but you know that I can't. Oh, blessed be the bad ones like me. Blessed be the bad ones like me.
I should have been dead a long time ago, but they ain't got me yet. Oh, blessed be the bad one like me. Bless y'all too. These have been all songs I wrote that we played for you here today, and we got time to just do a couple more things, and then we got to get rolling. But really appreciate y'all having us. This is our first time in the state of Connecticut jamming. We don't get up this way, but about 2 or 3 times a year, and we very much appreciate y'all having us here. I think next time we're up here is going to be in the first couple weeks of October, something like that. I have to look and check, but maybe we can come back and do a little something sometime here. But definitely want to thank y'all, and we got blessed with a glorious day here to hang out. We're going to be up this way, not too far away. The next 2 nights we're in Manhattan, New York. Tomorrow at Hill Country Barbecue, and then on Saturday we're heading to Pattersonville, New York, to do a show with the Charlie Daniels Band. And if it's okay with y'all, so far I've just been playing my own music, but I'm gonna stretch out and do one for you and me and the CDB here, since we've been riding in this van all this time. People say I'm no good, crazy as a loon. I get stoned in the morning, I get drunk in the afternoon. I kinda like my old blue tick, kinda like to live around in the shade. And I ain't got no money, but I damn sure got it made. And I ain't asking nobody for nothing. I can't get it on my own. You don't like the way I'm living, just leave us on here.
this gentleman here running, and this pretty lady right here running the camera. We appreciate y'all. If you get a chance, come on back here at this little booth, and we got our CDs and T-shirts and stuff. Come say hey, and we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Chuck back there on the guitar, Rocky's on the drums, Reverend Bob's on bass. This is Mike on the harp over here. Dallas, tremendous stuff. It's so good to be back in the Hygienic Art Park. I'm Rick for the live lunch break, folks. And next week, I believe we have Ear Candy for the Soul. And Saturday night here in the Hygienic Art Park, Ralph's World and the Steve Elsey Band, so you don't want to miss that. You guys, come and see us again. Rich, thank you for getting it right in the house. Welcome back, Shelley. All right. You guys travel safe. Buy stuff. Merch table right up there.